Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm Sandra and this is Sing, Play, Create Teaching Tips. Today's video is all about building classroom community and establishing relationships with your students through using games, songs, and activities that are fun, memorable, and going to create a warm and welcoming classroom. When I first started teaching, I didn't have any of these tools, and along the way, I came to realize that the children love to sing, they love to move, they love to chant, clap, tap, snap, and it really keeps the engagement up when you incorporate movement with the music. So this video is going to be my favorite name games, songs, classroom management songs, lineup songs, hello songs, goodbye songs, all the things that the elementary teacher needs to establish good classroom community and teach the rules and procedures in a fun way. I hope you'll keep watching the video and please subscribe to the channel so you can get fun songs, music, and movement activities for your classroom. Today's video is going to be about hello songs, chants, and get to know you games for any preschool, kindergarten, first grade, second grade, and music, PE, art, library, classroom. When you're working with young children, it's so fun to include a little hello song or gathering chant at the beginning of your class, and each day that you meet them, you can welcome them, they feel loved, and they know you want them to be there. I'm Sandra, let's get started. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, it really helps us to know that you like this video and that it's something that is helpful for you to help you in your teaching career. The first song I want to share with you is a really simple song, and I've used this with preschoolers and special needs kids, and it really helps them to learn each other's names in your classroom, which then helps you build classroom community. This is an easy song. It's an echo song, which I also feel is very effective for our younger children because you sing it and then they're listening and then they sing it back to you. Take these kind of songs really nice and slow. It helps them learn them. We don't need to go rushing off and singing fast and quickly. And if you can, try and raise your voice up higher to the sound of a child's voice. So if I'm talking and using my higher voice, it's also less stressful on your vocal cords. We're just working it up into our head voice a little bit too. This song is so easy. You're just going to say, hello, and then the child's name. So I'll just use the word Tabitha. Hello, Tabitha, and then all the children sing back. Hello, Tabitha. How are you? How are you? Stand and wave hello, stand and wave hello, then sit down, then sit down. When you first use the song, not all of the children will want to stand up. In fact, you may only have a small, maybe 10% of the students who will feel confident enough to stand and wave hello to everybody. You might have to demonstrate it a couple times, or if you have someone else in the room, help them understand that it's their turn to stand up. You might walk around and tap them on the shoulder and encourage them. Like I said, take it really slow. Take it at the children's pace. If you have children that don't want to stand up, you can change the words to the song. Instead of stand and wave hello, we can say smile and wave hello. And then the last line would be their name, Tabitha, Tabitha. So here's how it sounds the whole song through. Hello, Tabitha. Hello, Tabitha. How are you? How are you? Stand and wave hello. Then sit down. I'll do the change the words version to using the word smile. Hello, Tabitha. How are you? Smile and wave hello, Tabitha. Another important thing in this song is when you are saying stand and wave hello, have everybody wave every time you say the word hello. So you can just have everybody doing this with their hands. So it's good for young children because they're moving their arms. We're also trying to get them to stand and wave hello and then sit back down. So we're using our gross motor muscles too. And then we're getting a chance for everybody to have a turn, take turns in our classroom. This kind of song is a great way to help you not only help the students learn each other's names, it's going to build classroom community. You're going to get a chance to look right at them in their face and tell them and show them with your eyes and your face that you're so excited they're in the class with you, and you're going to have a lot of fun. I really like using name games and songs at the beginning of the school year, especially because it helps me learn my students' names, but it also builds classroom community. Here's a simple little song that you can sing to get to know your students and just let them shine for a moment. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the students and we're going to look at something they're wearing. So for example, if I just used myself, I'm wearing a blue shirt. And I know that's simple, but we'll just say it, or I'm wearing flowers. We could use that instead. And then if you don't know all the students' names, what I would recommend is to use a class sheet. And you're just going to start at the beginning, have everybody sitting in a circle or on their squares in their gathering spot. And you're just going to go down the class list. If that helps you just to go in that order, that works too, especially if it's the first week of school and you're doing this. This song is called Mary Wore Her Red Dress, and it's just a really simple, easy song. You can sing it or you can just say it as a chant, but it works really well because you're noticing each of the children in your classroom. That goes like this. Mary wore her red dress, red dress, red dress. Mary wore her red dress to school today. Now you can have them stand up and wave when you're singing to them, but I found with preschool and kindergarten that's a little much to expect of them. So you could have them just point to the thing you're talking about. So if we were singing about me, Sandra wore her flower shirt, flower shirt, flower shirt. Sandra wore her flower shirt to school today. And then just going to continue down your list and just pick really simple things so you keep the song moving along. It doesn't take very long to go through even 30 students with that kind of song. You're just going to go quickly around the room. It might take you 2-3 minutes at the very longest. And everyone will easily be able to give their attention to that because they don't know who's next because you're calling the names randomly. This next song requires the children to stand up. So you may want to practice having them sit down and then stand up. And just do a quick little activity with, okay, when I do this, everybody crisscross applesauce. When I do this, everybody stand up and stretch up tall like a tree. Wiggle your branches. Now 1, 2, 3, sit down for me. I call this one Jack, Jack is who I see. And you can say it as a chant or you can sing the song. And what you're going to do is you're going to say the children's name. Jack, Jack is who I see. If you are Jack, stand up for me. And then if the children are in first grade and you're doing it, they're going to stand up and you can say, give us your best wave or give us your best thumbs up or give us your groovy pose or something fun or your biggest smile. Give them some choices of something they can do when you have them stand up. But keep it moving along. You don't want something like show us your favorite dance or something like that. Tell us something because that will take too long. So you just say, show me your best smile, something quick and short to keep the game moving along. So if I was chanting this, I would just say, Jack, Jack is who I see. And then I would land on the student. If you are Jack, stand up for me. And then go like this, see if they'll stand up. If they don't, just keep moving. Say, everybody wave to Jack. Okay, and then keep it going to the next student. Like, don't worry too much if they're not standing. That's not the point of the game. If you want to sing the song, it goes like this. Jack, Jack is who I see. If you are Jack, stand up for me. 1, 2. Now, this isn't a game I necessarily would play on the very first day of school. It probably is one I would play after I know the student names. So if I don't know who Jack is, or I don't have name tags on, then that's going to be a little trickier, because if the student's too shy, you won't know who it is that's not standing up. So this is a good game to play if they have name tags on. You can do it then, or once you've gotten to know your students. So it's a great song and game to play when you get back from the first break and you want to bring everybody back together. So you could do this game, and then you could review your classroom rules and just remind everybody what's supposed to happen in your classroom. And then everybody will be noticed and welcomed and waved to. They'll feel a little love from everyone, and that will bring your class back together with you and build that community, get it back together after a break. This next name game is a super fun game. I've even played it in 3rd grade and they love it. So if you don't know the student names, it's okay to do this. What you're going to do is you're going to tell the students, you get to say yes or no in the game. And I play this game in a circle, and in the middle is open. And we're going to have, the students are going to get sung to their name, and then they have to choose whether they want to stand up or not. And I just use a simple name, Johnny, Johnny, will you stand up? And it's Johnny, Johnny, will you stand up? Will you stand up? Will you stand up? Johnny, Johnny, will you stand up? Will you stand up today? And when I play this game, I will look at the student then, and then they're going to get to say yes or no. While we're saying the song, I have everyone else pat their knees or clap their hands. Johnny, Johnny, will you stand up? Will you stand up? Will you stand up? Johnny, Johnny, will you stand up? Will you stand up today? And the student is going to say yes or no. If they say yes, everybody still keeps clapping, and the student actually is going to skip around the outside of the circle while everybody sings. Yes, teacher, I will stand up. I will stand up. I will stand up. Yes, teacher, I will stand up. I will stand up today. If they say no, we pretend to be really grumpy and we pound our knees. And everybody puts on their grumpy faces because they don't want to stand up. No, teacher, I won't stand up. I won't stand up. I won't stand up. No, teacher, I won't stand up. I won't stand up today. I have everyone sing the yes and everyone sing the no part of the song. We're not going to put anybody on the spot to try and do a solo. This is a super fun game that you can play in kindergarten, 1st, 2nd, and even 3rd grade. Here is another familiar little chant called Hickety Pickety Bumblebee that I turned into a name game. Hickety Pickety Bumblebee, stand and say your name for me. The very first time that I play this game, I'm just going to have everybody sitting down. We're not going to do any movement because I'm teaching them the game. Also, everybody doesn't know each other's names, and I want them to all see each other, so we will sit in a circle. And we're just going to pat our knees or clap your hands, whichever works best for you. Hickety Pickety Bumblebee, stand and say your name for me. And then I would stand up and say, my name is Sandra. And then I would sit right back down. And I'm just going to go around the circle in order, because I may not know the student names either. So I'm just going to have them say their names. Now, you will have shy students who don't want to do it and just say, that's okay, we're going to play it again. No problem, and then just go on to the next student. But if they don't want to do it, I do redo the chant for the next student. And that usually works out pretty well. It's very seldom that I've had children who don't want to say their name. They don't have to stand up if they don't want to, but if they can just say their name, that helps the class. The game version of this song is so much fun to play. So what we're going to do is we're going to have 2 lines of students, and they're going to stand back to back like this. And we're going to pat our knees. And then we're going to have one person, and I'll just start the game. And I'm going to walk around the double line. And I'm just going to walk around while everybody goes, Hickety Pickety Bumblebee, stand and say your name for me. And then whoever I land on right here in front of me, that person's gonna say their name. And you can play it where they're sitting down or standing up. It doesn't matter if you're saying stand up for me. They can just go jump and say your name for me. You can adapt it to how you want to play the game. So you could have them sitting and say stand and say your name for me. You could have them standing and say jump and say your name for me. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's getting them moving, it's getting them saying names, and they're having fun time together. So they say their name to each other. Now you have two choices when they do that. You can have the person that was walking around, just have them trade places after that, or you could do a chase. But I wouldn't do a chase at the beginning of the school year. This is a game you can bring out a little later when you're going to review rules or after break, or maybe you don't feel like the class is working well together, so you want to play a game and just reinforce how it's so important that we work together, like playing a game. It's important in our classrooms. We all want to be helping. We all want to take our turn and be nice to each other. So it's a good game for that to use later. So the easy version is to sit in a circle and just go around the circle. The next level would be if you want to use your class list, you could call out a name instead of having them say their names. So instead you would say, so hickety pickety bumblebee, stand and say your name for me. Johnny Baba, and read the name off. And then they would stand up and say their name or just bow or wave. And then the next level is to have them play the game where there's back to back like this, and then there's one person that's going around, stand and say your name for me, or jump and say your name for me, and they trade places. And they go. And everybody only gets one turn. So if they've already had a turn, they could do this. I already had a turn, and then the person just goes to the next one over. Keep it super simple at the beginning of the year, because the main point, as I know you know, is to build a classroom community and get to know the names, get to know your students. You're going to learn a ton of stuff about each of those kids when you play games. This next game is we will name you instead of we will rock you. So we're going to be patting and clapping, and we're going to be moving right along saying student names with this game. Here's how it goes. We're just going to go pat, pat, clap, pat, pat, clap. Take it nice and slow. The first time you do this song, if you're doing it at the very beginning, or this chant at the very, very beginning of the school year, you might just be using your class list. You might not know everyone in your name. Let's pretend that you're doing this and you don't know the names. So you're just going to go around the circle. So tell the students we're going to go around the circle. Everybody's going to take their turn saying their name. And everybody, when they say their name, I want you to echo it the best as you can. Let's not worry about tempo or how fast or slow we're playing the game. Let's just work on hearing the name and echoing the names back. So it goes like this. We will name you. We will name you. That's the basic chant. So now we're going to add in the name part. So it's going to be pat, 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 clap, and we say it one time. We will name you. And then they're supposed to say their name. Sandra, Sandra. And then just wait a second. You don't have to keep it on the beat. Just wait a second. And then now we're going to go to the next person. We will name you. Johnny, Johnny. Watch. We will name you. Veronica, Veronica. And we're just going to go around the circle and give everybody a chance to say their name. Again, if they're shy, use your best method. You can just say, that's okay. We'll keep going. Or if you can't hear it, because just keep going, do your best, and eventually, that will all work out in the classroom. One reason I like to use the class list is because then I can say it, enunciate it, and say it loud for everybody. And so instead, if you do it with the class list, then the teacher says the name, just have the student, instead of saying their name as you go through the class list, you just say, when I call your name, just wave so we know where you are in our circle or in our desk, if you're sitting in desk playing it. Now, if they're standing and playing the game, you can do stomp, stomp, clap, stomp, stomp, clap. If you're sitting at desk, you could go pat on the desk, boom, boom, clap. It's gonna make noise, but the kids, of course, will like it. Boom, boom, clap, boom, boom, clap. And so let me show you just how that would look if I was calling the name. Boom, boom, clap, boom, boom, clap. We will name you. Jonathan, Jonathan. We will name you. Isabella, Isabella. And if they don't say it, just wait and go, say it again, and then go to the next one. 1, 2. Now that is a super fun game that's for a little bit older students. I think first, maybe second, third, fourth definitely can play that game. And if you do it on the desk or you do it or stopping, it's going to be much more engaging for them. This is one of my favorite chants to use with kindergarten, and it's also great for preschool and first grade. And what I like about it is I do it as an echo. So I found that that works really well with the younger students because it gives them time to process what you're saying. And it helps them to hear it, see it, do it, and also hear it twice. The repetition is what really helps. So this is just easy. It's clap your hands, stomp your feet, say your name, take a seat, take a seat. So what you're going to do is have everybody standing. And if you don't know their names versus they will say their names, there's 2 different ways you can use this. So it just depends on how young they are. So preschool, kindergarten, they may not say their names. You probably don't know their names the first week of school. So you can adapt this chant very easily, even if you don't know their names. And so you want to use a class list. So instead of saying, say your name, you're going to say their name right there. So it'd be clap your hands. Everybody do it. Clap your hands. Stomp your feet, stomp your feet. Ezekiel, take a seat. And hopefully Ezekiel will take a seat. And if you have 2 of the same name, just say, oh wait, one of you sit down. Let's do it one more time for our other Mary, whatever their name is, okay? So just make it fair and even and kind to everyone. You're not rushing through this. There's no learning goal. This is more of a get attention, pay attention to me. I want you to listen, echo what I'm saying, copy my actions, and I want you to listen and learn the names of all those other students that are in your class this year because they're going to be our friends and we're going to be working together. So it's pretty easy. Clap your hands. Stomp your feet. Jeremiah, take a seat. Whew. All right, let's see who's next. All right, and you can use your class list, or if they have name tags on, you could use the name tags. Just a really fun name game. And you can use this as your role, even as your hello song for the rest of the year. So you can have all the students be on their spots, and you can go through and sing this for roll and welcoming every day that you're with them. It works really well. I have another hello song for you that you can use to welcome your students to class. It's called Hello, My Good Friends. And we're going to do some waving with this song. And what we're trying to do is get both arms going, or even at the same time, and want them looking around and noticing their neighbors. Hello, my good friends, how are you today? Come and sing a song with me, then let's run and play. Hello, my good friends, how are you today? Come and sing a song with me, then let's run and play. And they could jump, play, yay, at the end. And then after I sing that hello song, I usually sing the student names and they sit down. So I go, Isabella, Jeremiah, or clap it, Johnny, Rachel, Ahmad, and just go through all the names. You can use your class list if you don't know them at the very beginning of the year and just have them crisscross applesauce after you say their name. Here's another hello song you can use in your classroom every year in your circle time, your music class, your library, preschool, carpet time. It's called Say Hello, and the words go like this. Say hello, everybody say hello. Say hello, everybody say hello. Wake up your body, it's a brand new day. Smile and be ready to learn and grow today. Say hello, everybody say hello. You can add lots of movement to this song, get your students woken up, and then I would say their names and have them clap and have everybody echo those names back to you. Look who's here today, yay, we're all here, and say their names. Whew, and we're all sitting down when I'm done saying the student names. Now, all of these songs and games and activities are available in the Sing, Play, Create website and TPT store. And I am so excited to share this kind of activities with you because I know how important it is for teachers to use interactive games and songs in their classrooms to get to know their students and help them feel welcome. I'm going to be giving you at least 20 different attention-getting ideas for elementary students in this video. Let's get started. Attention getters are an important part of classroom management. They're important because not only do they save you time, they save your voice. And they save the students time. It gives them more time to do the things that you expect them to get done during the school day. Also, I like them because they're very clear and direct communication that's done in a positive way that can really help you with your classroom management and building that classroom community, because everyone is expected to respond to the attention getter and follow directions from the teacher. Attention getters can set the tone of your classroom, and they can also help you get through those tough times during the school year, like the week before breaks, the week after breaks, during testing season, during flu season, and they're great if you can leave them for your substitute, because your sub can maybe try some of them while they're there that day, and the kids will help them out, and they will be so proud of themselves when they come back and they can tell the teacher that we even used the attention getter in class and the teacher liked it. You can use these for a variety of reasons in your classroom. Celebrations, get attention, when somebody comes in the room to talk to the students. These are all the different ways that you can use to get your students' attention. But I thought it'd be great to have a whole bunch, and then of course I've added some original ones that I've written, and hopefully these will give you the tools you need to keep the attention of your students in your classroom this year. Another important tip is to practice, 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 repeat them, and use them all the time. If you're a fairly new teacher, you probably just want to choose 2, maybe 3 that you really like and use those a lot. Once you get those down and the kids know, let's say it's January now and you're coming back from winter break, that's a good time maybe to bring in one more that you want to add to your bag of teacher tricks. Remember to repeat and review these after every school break, even after a long weekend, and if the students are not responding to them, you do want to take time either that day or first thing as soon as possible the next day and review the attention getter and what the student expectation is. I can't say it enough, but it is so important for the teacher to know, what do you expect when you say banana? You don't want everybody jumping on their desk and acting like a monkey. You might want them to do the peel and sit down in their chairs. Whatever it is that you expect your students to do, that is what you need to teach them when you're practicing. Do a lot of pretend practicing at the beginning of school especially. You can then review these, like I said, at those special times a year where you need to review them. So the first category that I'm going to start with are the call and response. Some of them mean they're going to echo exactly what you say, and some of them are going to be you say something and the students echo back something different. All right, here we go. Hocus pocus. Teacher says hocus pocus. Students say everybody focus. Everybody focus. Hocus pocus. Everybody focus. Teacher says 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. Students say 1, 2, eyes on you. Teacher says alligator. Students say chomp, chomp, chomp. Alligator, chomp, chomp, chomp. Teacher says peanut, peanut butter. Students say jelly. Peanut, peanut butter, jelly. Teacher says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock. Students say stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock. Stop. Teacher says everybody stop. Students say hands on top. Everybody stop. Hands on top. Teacher says hands and eyes. Students say hands and eyes. Hands and eyes. Hands and eyes. Teacher says hi ho, hi ho. Students say it's off to work we go. Hi ho, hi ho. It's off to work we go. Teacher says bubblegum, bubblegum, chewy and sweet. Students say bubblegum, bubblegum, take a seat. Bubblegum, bubblegum, chewy and sweet. Bubblegum, bubblegum, take a seat. Teacher says monkey in the trees. Students say quiet, please. Monkey in the trees. Quiet, please. Teacher says, class, class. Students say, yes, yes. Class, class. Yes, yes. Teacher says, give me a. Students say, whoop, whoop. Give me a whoop, whoop. Teacher says, copycat. Students say, they don't say, they just do the action. Teacher says, spell pizza. P-I-Z-Z-A. Shh. Spell pizza. P-I-Z-Z-A. Shh. Teacher says, clap, clap, clap. Students say, in my lap. Clap, clap, clap. In my lap. Teacher says, zippity-doo-dah. Students say, zippity-yay. Teacher says, yakety-yak. Students say, don't talk back. Yakety-yak, don't talk back. Teacher says, the more we get together, 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 the more we get together. Students say, the happier we'll be. And that one is for them to come and sit in the circle or on the carpet. So when you're doing this, they're supposed to be coming and walking up and gathering around you. And you could keep singing it until almost everybody is there. Together, together, the more we get together. And then the students sing, the happier we'll be, when they're sitting down in their seat with their hands in their lap. Teacher says, oh yeah. Students say, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, this next group of attention getters is going to be just silent actions that you have the students do. Teacher says, show me jazz hands. Students show jazz hands. Show me jazz hands. Give me a silent round of applause. Students give the round of applause. Teacher does this. Students say, let's go. Teacher says, waterfall, and students respond with silent fingers, raining down, and shh, being quiet. Some people have them do shh. I prefer not to do that because I find they never stop shushing. So I would say waterfall. And when their hands get down, we're all done. And this one is the most famous one of all. And the students are going to echo it back to you. I like to change the place where I'm making the sound. You could do this if you want it to be soft and quiet. Or snap it. Or let's say you've decided you're going to do that 3 times. So choose the 3 ways you want to do it. You're going to do this to get attention. Some will clap back to you. Then you're going to do this. And then the rest everyone's going to join in and they'll get quieter. And then you're going to do this. And the mood in the room will go from loud to soft. You could use that as a gathering rhythm, but try to make it loud to soft to get their attention and give everyone time to respond and do the action that you want them to do. Teacher says, make a bubble. And students know it's time to be quiet and take a deep breath in. And out. And I would do that one a couple times just to get everybody breathing up and down, especially if I was transitioning to start teaching a lesson with them. I'd want to make sure I did give them enough time to put the stuff away or stop what they were doing, and now they're ready. So you might do 3 breaths up and down to give them that time for the transition. Another way to get students' attention is actually to use your singing voice. So if you like to sing, you don't have to be a music teacher, but if you like to sing, and you could use your singing voice, and I recommend using your head voice up really high so you're not putting a lot of pressure on your voice. Like right now I'm talking more from my chest, but if I was to move it up and talk a little bit higher, I'm going to lighten the burden on my vocal cords. Also, children's voices are higher, and so you're speaking more in the tone of their voice, and changing not only the volume, but also the pitch of your voice can also be another way to get their attention. So you could use a funny voice for a lot of those attention getters, instead of using your normal talking voice. And that's going to just be another way you can catch them by surprise. That will keep their attention. So if I was to say, monkeys in the trees, that might be a better attention getter than monkeys in the trees. The same voice I would use to say, open your books to page 21. So with your singing voice, you can sing some of the directions. When you call on students, you could sing their names. I recommend using just 2 or 3 notes at the most to do this and keep the words very short. So I'm not saying, now it's time to get out your backpacks, time to put everything away, time to go home, don't forget your blah blah. Don't keep doing that. That's not what I'm recommending. What I'm recommending is you might say their name. So Johnny, Isabel, if you're calling them to come to, when you're doing small groups, group number 1, red table. So keep it to 2 words if you can. So it might be math time, phonics time, brain break, recess, line up. And you can use just, it's an interval of a third. It's a so me in music terms. And the last idea for attention getters is to use some kind of instrument. And there's lots of choices. There's chime bars. I've had those and used them. There's also the meditation instrument. I found that if I have to pick up more than one thing, that it's too complicated in the how fast the pace of the classroom time goes pretty fast. So I want to have something that maybe it's just a quick shaker or a little jingle bell or a hand drum. One of these works. Or like I got this when I went to Hawaii, it's just at the visitor center, a little hand drum. You know, it could be sitting on your desk and you're just going to go to get attention. If you're going to use something with sound, I would recommend you use the sound to mean something special, just like with each of the attention getters. So if I do the shaker, what immediately comes to your mind? Like if you're in a classroom, what do you think a shaker might tell the kids to do? For me, it would be to get quiet. You know, this might be line up. But the bell and the shaker might be get quiet, and these two are louder, so they would mean something to go do, movement. That could be your gathering sound to get all the kids to the carpet or your circle time. Have a special drum and they will have fun with that. So be creative and most importantly, find what works for you. It's very important whenever you are doing things like this that they resonate with you first. That way you'll be confident and you'll be sure that you want to use them and you will use them in your classroom. There are so many fun ways to keep the attention engagement high in your classroom. I hope these ideas will help you in your classroom this year. Hopefully you'll drop a comment and let us know which one's your favorite. I would like to know if any of these resonate with you, or please share a fun one that you use and pass it along to us. We would love to hear about it. In today's video, I'll be sharing classroom songs for procedures, management, welcome, circle time, carpet time, gathering time, welcome time, anytime you need to make your students feel welcome in your classroom. Help them get to know the rules and procedures so you can be calm and cool all year long. Let's get started. Don't forget to take a second and hit the subscribe button. We want to keep making these videos to help teachers have the best experience possible in their classroom. First, I'm going to share a couple of hello songs. These work for any classroom in primary school. So it could be preschool, it could be homeschool, it could be music, library, art, any place where you want your students to come in and feel welcome in the classroom. One great way to do that is by singing a song. There's a lot of hello songs out there, so I'm going to give you some that are very short and simple that you can do quickly so you can get on with the important things you want to do in your class that day. This first song is a song that's also a name game. So it's a great one to play at the beginning of the year, and then you can shorten it or use it at different times to help your students feel welcome in your classroom. It's just called Hello, and then the student names. I'll just use the name Tommy. Hello, Tommy, and everybody sings it back to you. Hello, Tommy, and then you sing, how are you? How are you? And then you say, stand and wave hello. Stand and wave hello. Then sit down. Then sit down. So you'll make a quick and immediate connection with that child right at the beginning of class, which is really going to help them. If you have a student that can't stand, then change your words to smile and wave hello. And then repeat their name. Tommy, Tommy. The second way you can sing it is just having them stay and smile. Hello, Jonathan. How are you? Smile and wave hello. Jonathan. Now, when I say have them echo, that means you want everybody in the class to be singing that echo, not just the student. This is how you build classroom community, because we want to get everybody singing together, waving hello, standing and smiling. The second song that's easy to do that you might already know is just sung to the "Here We Go Round the Mulberry Bush." And so you can just say, "This is the way we say hello, say hello, say hello. This is the way we say hello when we come to," and then fill in the class that you are. So you could say art class, library, Mrs. Jones, first grade, or first grade, preschool, or gathering time, or whatever word you want to put in there. Put some word in and just have everybody wave. Have them stay standing, and then you could call their names. Johnny, Elizabeth, Gabriel, Elijah, and then have them sit down when you sing their names. All right, let's get to some classroom procedure songs. This really helps. I use classroom procedure songs all the time to help my students know exactly what I want them to do. I also find that it helps me save my voice, because I can sing it in my head voice or up in my little mouse voice. Line up, everybody line up. Or you can use it to chant and whisper. Line up, everybody line up, everybody line up. You can add some hand actions. So you're giving your students some visual and some oral cues. Use your softer voice, save that voice. You're going to need it all year long. Again, you can take the Mulberry Bush song. Instead of singing "This is the way we say hello," you can say "This is the way we line up, line up, line up," or march it. So they march to the line. "This is the way we line up when we go to recess." You can do it tiptoeing. "This is the way we line up." Change up the song after your students know it really well. It's going to keep them on their toes. You're also using it as an attention getter. So when you're first teaching this song, keep it very simple and repeat it, and use the same format. After, about 10 times. That depends what kind of teacher you are. So for a music or art teacher, that may be first quarter. For a kindergarten or preschool teacher, that might be the first 2 weeks of school. Do it the same way. Then you can use it as a classroom management tool. Not only are you asking them to line up, but when you change your voice and you talk softer, you're using it for classroom management. So if you want them to line up quietly, you can then start tiptoeing. Line up, everybody line up. So you're giving them visual and oral verbal cues to change the mood and the temperature in the classroom. So instead of saying, "All right, everybody, I want you to quietly line up," you are showing them what you want them to do. I found this to be an extremely effective and like a powerful tool that you can use in your classroom to keep things running smoothly all day long. So I hope you'll give that idea a try in your classroom, and I would love to know how that works for you, or if you have some ideas that can give us some more examples of how you show students using these simple chants and rhymes in your classroom to keep your classroom management nice and even. So you can change your voice with any of these songs and chants. You don't have to sing them. You don't have to be a singer to use these effectively in your classroom. The main thing is you're using your voice and rhyming little chants and songs to get your students' attention in a different way. So here is one that's really easy to put their work away and to line up. So it's super simple, and it's sung to "Mary Had a Little Lamb." Students, put your work away, work away, work away. Students, put your work away and line up quietly. So you may be walking around and helping students at their different stations or at their desks, and then you could even start singing it as you're working with that students. Students, put your work away. And then you move. Work away, work away. Students, put your work away and line up quietly. And you may have to go help a student put their stuff away, or there might be some kind of issue. So you can still, students, put your work away, work away, work away. Students, put your work away, line up quietly. And you can walk around and you can still do the management with your eyes, your body language. You can change your voice softly. Students, put your work away, work away, work away. Students, put your work away and line up quietly. In any classroom, it's really important to have some kind of birthday song or birthday chant or some kind of birthday celebration that you can do, because it's a really special day for younger children when it's their birthday. So today is your birthday. We're going to sing it to the wheels on the bus. Today is your birthday. Shout hooray, shout hooray, shout hooray. Today is your birthday. Shout hooray and have a happy birthday. So I've added in some hand actions you can use, or you can come up with your own. Today is your birthday. Shout hooray, shout hooray, shout hooray. Today is your birthday. Shout hooray and have a happy birthday. I know, I'm a singer and I like to sing the rules and procedures. Maybe you're not a singer, but you can always do these songs talking. One little classroom management song that I put together goes to the tune of If You're Happy and You Know It. There's many times in the year, at the beginning, after breaks, before breaks, when you want to have some special classroom management songs and chants or activities that you can do with your students to remind them of your procedures, your rules, and how we want to treat each other in the classroom. So I like to use songs because they're a good prelude to having a conversation, or they can be just a quick reminder on your expectations, what you're expecting in your classroom to happen. And that is the key to being a successful teacher, is having that good communication so your students actually understand what it is you want them to do and how you want the classroom to be. And if you want everyone to be kind, then we're going to help them learn how to be kind. We're going to show them how to be kind, and we're going to give them activities and opportunities to learn about how to be kind in their classroom. So I have just a simple little classroom management song to the tune of If You're Happy and You Know It. It goes like this. Keep your hands, feet, and words to yourself. Everybody sing it back to me. Keep your hands, feet, and words to yourself. If you want to be nice, then follow this advice. Keep your hands, feet, and words to yourself. That song can lead you into a really nice conversation about when it's important to be talking, when we're not supposed to be talking. How do you want your students to respond with talking in the classroom? Do they have to raise their hands? What are your procedures? So you can do a cute little song that gets the body moving, gets those endorphins up, everybody happy. Then you could say, crisscross applesauce, hands in my lap. 1, 2, 3, 4, I can clap. And then everybody sits down. And then you could say, go into your conversation about your rules and procedures and what you want them to do. And then at the end, if they're getting wiggly, then say, let's do that song again. Can we do it faster? Keep your hands, feet, and words to yourself. Keep your hands, feet, and words to yourself. Okay. So it's just a fun way to teach and reaffirm what your expectations are in the classroom using a simple song or chant. All right, here is just a quick and easy standing up chant. 1, 2, 3, stand up for me. Hands and eyes, please. You could change, instead of stand up for me, you could say 1, 2, 3, line up for me. Hands and eyes, please. And I would use that when I'm standing where I want my students to come to me. So if you're wandering around the room, this won't work for that. So you stand where you are. If you want to get them lined up very quickly, 1, 2, 3, line up for me. Hands and eyes, please. I would probably keep it very simple, just hands and eyes, please. And just have them tap their thighs and look at you, and then you can take them wherever you need to go. It's a really quick, fast lineup chant that helps you move the class out of a room or a place very quickly. You're sitting on the carpet with your students, and maybe they've come and they're very chatty. So you want an attention getter. Listen, please. My eyes are open. My ears are out. My hands and feet are quiet as a mouse. My eyes are open. My ears are out. My hands and feet, and then I would have them bring their hands down, just put them in their lap, are quiet as a mouse. If you need to repeat it, I try to use my voice inflection a little differently, so I would soften it and get softer as you go with it. My eyes are open. My ears are out. My hands and feet are quiet as a mouse. It's really nice to have a couple of attention getters. You want the students to get quiet. So this one is a quiet down chant, and it's also a breathing. So if you've been doing something really active, maybe you're doing a math, jumping, counting, dance type, or a brain break, or just come in from recess or another class, and you want to get everybody calm, it's okay to have some kind of chant you want to use for that. So you're going to take a deep breath up and blow it down to your toes. Now touch your head, your belly, your nose. Now sit down quietly with a clap, clap, clap. Hands are quiet in my lap. And the thing about this is you can make easy adjustments. The point is to have some kind of a calm down. Now let's take a deep breath in, blow it down to your toes, touch your head, your belly, breathe in again, your nose. Now clap, 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 and sit down quietly with hands in my lap. Another calm down chant that I've used is I just start talking about a tree. So we're going to take a deep breath up and move our arms, and we're a big tree. Oh. Put your right hand out that way and put your left hand out so they're going opposite. Stretch those limbs out. Feel the sunshine. Oh, and now the wind is blowing. Oh, it looks like rain. Pitter patter, rain. It's falling down into my roots. I better sit down and be very quiet. It doesn't have to rhyme. It can just be a just real calm down, connect to nature moment. And then they can go on and do the next thing you have ready for them. There's another song that I like to use, and it's just I'm following the leader in the line. If you're working with preschool or kindergarten, this is a fun activity you can do. Just going to have them walk around outside of your classroom, or if you have great weather, you can go outside and you can just chant it. You're going to have them march. I'm following the leader, leader, leader. I'm following the leader in the line. My hands and feet are quiet, quiet, quiet. My hands and feet are quiet in the line. And then you can practice with them stopping and seeing how quiet everybody can be. It is a good idea to tell them how you want them to stand. So there's this, I've seen like the genie, there's behind the back, there's attitude. You know, find a way you want to have the students stand when they're in line, and be sure to use some silent cues. So you might want to use for lining up. This could be walk in a circle. So come up with some things that go with your songs and chants. Keep them very simple so you don't have to think. It's great to have the posters. You can project them and teach, and a little cards with a ring around it so you have handy. But it's best if you do it simple enough that you can remember and you don't have to refer to that while you're teaching. Classroom management can be easy if you find and use the things that work for you with your students that give them the visual and the verbal oral cues so they know what they're supposed to be doing. It's really important to try and help each of your students get the idea of what you're saying, and so some are going to get it visually, some are going to get it by listening, some are going to get it by reading those words, and others are going to get it by actually moving and doing it. So as you notice, most of these have a movement component to it, and that's because I personally feel that movement helps the children remember. It also gives them a chance to breathe and use those muscles and get the brain making some connections to what they're learning. There's one thing that every teacher has to do with their students, no matter what they teach in the primary grades and in preschool, and that is getting the students to line up. In today's video, I'm going to give you 7 different lineup chants and songs that you can learn easily and use in your classroom to help your students get up, get in line, and get out that door as soon as possible. Let's get started. Here's a super easy lineup song that you can use to help your students know where you're going next. So if you're going to recess, or if you're going to lunch, if you're going to music class, if you're going to PE, if you're going back to the classroom or to the bus or dismissal, you can add that word into the song. This song is sung to the tune of Here We Go Round the Mulberry Bush, but if you don't want to sing the song, all you have to do is chant it. What works is you're getting the students' attention, you're helping them all work together, and you're getting them in a line. So this song is going to take a lot of repetition. As with any lineup song, you want to do this every single time you're with them, or every single day, every single time that you're lining up. That is the key to success in using any type of song or chant directions for the whole group. That way, your students who get it the first time will help the students who didn't get it, and slowly but surely, everybody will be able to sing the song and line up quickly and quietly. It's so easy. It just goes like this. This is the way we line up, line up, line up. This is the way we line up when we go to, and then fill in the blank. Library. And everyone's going to go, oh, yeah, library, and then they're going to line up. So you can add little actions in, marching, or you could do this as a cue, come on, line up, or even this is the way we line up, line up. If you're doing it as a chant, this is the way we line up, line up, line up. This is the way we line up when we go to library! Yay! Let's go to the library! This is the way we line up, line up, line up. This is the way we line up when we go to music. Okay, the next song is sung to the tune of Jingle Bells. And it is so easy to sing, and the kids are going to love the tune of Jingle Bells. One quick tip is to have all of your songs that you're going to use every day in your classroom, all your classroom management procedures, gathering songs in a notebook. So you have them ready, you can review them at the beginning of the year, and then the next year you're going to have those songs ready to use. You're not going to have to redo the prep on those. And by the end of the first week, you'll know them all too. And then you can have those ready for you year after year and use them and switch them up and change your voice and do some fun actions with them so that you aren't getting stale using the same thing every year. So the next one I want to share with you is sung to the tune of Jingle Bells. And these are the words. Let's line up, line up quickly. Hands and feet and lips and eyes are quiet as can be. Let's line up, line up quickly. Hands and feet and lips and eyes are quiet as can be. Now I would change my voice, the tempo, my hand actions depending on the volume level of the classroom. So if it's really noisy in the classroom, I might go, let's line up, line up quickly. And then I'd look around to see if, and listen, is everybody paying attention? And then I'd repeat that. Let's line up, line up quickly. And hopefully the students by then, I've got some coming to me. So when I use a song or chant like this, I'm not going to stop and say, hey everybody, I'm singing the lineup song. I'm just going to use my voice and my actions to communicate to the students. I want you to stop what you're doing. I want you to put your pencil, your crayons, or whatever it is away, and I want you to come line up. And what's great about these simple little songs is you can just walk around the room singing it because you've taught your students where to line up at the beginning of school. So you don't necessarily have to be standing exactly where you want them to line up. You're getting their attention to do the thing you taught them, the procedure that you taught them at the beginning of the year. When I start singing this song, I want you to line up over here. Let's practice lining up without me singing the song. Can someone show me where we line up? And then you have them line up and they get in their line. And that, of course, takes a lot of time with our younger children, so depending on your class, you work on that. And then you work on the cue of the song. Then I would teach the song. It's part of a circle or morning time activity where I'm going to teach them the song. And we're just going to stand on our squares and we're not really going to go line up. First, we're just going to learn the song. So when I teach the song, I'm going to sing the first line and then I'm going to have them echo it to me. Let's line up, let's line up quickly. Hands and feet, and then have them do hands and feet. Lips and eyes are quiet as can be. Yay, good job. Let's do that together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's line up quickly. Hands and feet and lips and eyes are quiet as can be. And then you're probably going to have to sing that or say it about 3 times. Encourage the children to join in and sing it with you. Make it a community building experience to help everybody get in line. All right, our next lineup song is sung to Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Now you can also project these songs onto your screen or your television screen, whatever you're using, and then the students can read them. You can help them read across the words. That's another way to help your students learn the words. It also makes it so that you really mean it because you're taking the time to teach them, and you can weave in your literacy, reading, like who can point out all the A's or the B's or the C's, whatever letter. Weave it into your morning meeting as you're teaching to help your students make those connections. But the main use of this song is to get them to pay attention to you and to line up. Here's how the words go. Line up quietly, come and stand in front of me. Reach your hands up to the sun, now that all our work is done. Line up quietly, come and stand in front of me. And this is how it sounds. Line up quietly. And that's a line you may have to repeat as you're walking around your classroom. Line up quietly. Line up quietly. Or just start saying it. You can use a very soft voice. There's no reason to strain your vocal cords when you're doing these kind of things. Line up quietly. Come and stand in front of me. Reach your hands up to the sun, now that all our work is done. And everybody teach them, give me a big smile that you got your work done. Line up quietly, come and stand in front of me. And you can teach them a pose you want to do. I've seen so many cute poses. There's a genie pose, There's hands behind my back. There's attitude pose. So you could add something like that once you get the students to know what to do when you sing the song. Another fun type of chant or song that you can do in your classroom is an echo chant. And the students love to sing back to you or say it back to you. So you can add your own personality to this one, or you can do it the traditional tune of Where is Thumbkin? And it is just calling students, and then they repeat it back to you. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's line up together. Let's line up together. Quietly. Quietly. So it goes like this. Calling students. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Let's line up together. Quietly. There's so many fun ways you could do that chant. You could clap your hands. Calling students. 1, 2, 3. Let's line up together. Quietly. Calling students. And on. So you could use a clap. You could use body percussion and just have them calling students. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Let's line up together. Quietly. Just add your personality to these and they will be magic in your classroom. You will be amazed at how well your students respond the more natural you are and the more you do them in your own way. This next song is also to a familiar tune. You may not know, it's not quite as familiar as maybe the other ones are, but it's called Bow Wow Wow. And it's just 1, 2, 3, line up for me. Tiptoe, tiptoe quietly and line up for me. 1, 2, 3, line up for me. Tiptoe, tiptoe quietly and line up for me. I would say because it's short, you're going to be saying this more than one time, but you might tell the students by the time I've said this 3 times, or maybe you finish with a 1, 2, 3. Everybody better be in line. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Line up for me. Tiptoe, tiptoe quietly and line up for me. I might use a 1, 2, 3 at the end of that one, the very last time I'm going to say it. So that would look like this. 1, 2, 3. Line up for me. Tiptoe, tiptoe quietly. 1, I'm looking around. 2, 3. And then you can go. This is just the line-up chant. So you're going to really be able to put your personality into this one. So it goes like this. Line up, everybody line up. Tiptoe, don't be slow. Keep the noise way down low. Line up, let's go. Here it goes. Line up, everybody line up. Tiptoe, don't be slow. Keep the noise way down low. Line up, let's go. Another thing to remember is give those students some positive, silent feedback when they do the thing you want them to do correctly. Double thumbs up, a big smile, amazing, great job, something that you can come up with that they just know, oh yeah, teacher says I did it right. They need that validation, they need the affirmation. All right, this is our last lineup chant, and it might just be the one for you. Okay, so it goes 1, 2, 3, line up for me. Do not make a single sound. Tiptoe, tiptoe on the ground. 1, 2, 3, line up quietly. I think you could do this, like use your body to be big and small and tiptoe and have some fun with this. And you could have the students do it like 3 times in a row to practice being silly. And then at the end, when you say 1, 2, 3, line up quietly, You could say on the third time, that means we're really gonna line up. And of course, you're going to need to demonstrate exactly what you want your students to do. You can't just tell them. You have to be actively engaged in teaching these kinds of songs and chants with your students so they can see and hear and even read if you have it projected. And then that way you'll get more students get it on the first time you teach it. And then slowly everybody will get it. All right, here's how it goes. 1, 2, 3. Line up for me. Do not make a single sound. Tiptoe, tiptoe on the ground. 1, 2, 3. Line up for me. Some kind of fun, your personality compliment to the class silently, because once they're in line, we want everyone to be quiet. I'm hoping that this helps you in your classroom this year. These 7 lineup songs and chants, they're easy to find in the Sing, Play, Create TPT store or on our website. Check out the links below. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope it helps you in your classroom establish your procedures and build classroom community with your students. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing easy movement activities with movement props you can do on the very first day of school. Let's get started. Let's start with our beanbag activity. Now I'm going to give you several different ways you can play a beanbag game so that you can play beanbag game with all of your grades on the very first day. I like beanbags because they're light and easy to use, and these are very easy to wash and keep clean, and the students then have something to hold on to, something tactile, and then they can play the game and be engaged. And we're also working on some music skills, classroom community, team building, and getting to know each other all in one game. It's pretty easy. It's kind of like hot potato. We're gonna have some fun music playing, and when the music stops, whoever gets the beanbag is going to do one of a couple things. You can give us some choices. The reason I say I'm going to give you choices is because in kindergarten, they may not want to talk on their first day, and so you want to give them choices so they'll do something. So you might say, when the beanbag stops on you, you can just wave and you can say your name if you want to. In the upper grades, you can give them a little more choices. Maybe give them 3 choices. When the beanbag lands on you, you can wave and say your name. You can tell us your favorite ice cream, or you can tell us where you went on a trip this summer. So I would write those 3 things on the board so that if some of the students didn't quite get it with their ears, there's something that they can look. You can say choice 1, choice 2, choice 3, so that you just start to get to know them a little bit, and they are going to walk out of the classroom feeling like, wow, I participated and I was included today. Wow, that's a great thing. So you're just going to have everybody sit, teach them to pass the beanbag, nice and easy, play the music, stop the music, it stops, and they will do one of those 3 choices. It's just an easy icebreaker. You don't have to use it on the first day, but it's a great game to play at least during the first couple weeks of classes. Here's a couple ways you can use a stretchy band on the first day of your music class. With stretchy bands, it's going to be something very similar. You can modify this for your grades. I don't think it works really well for kindergarten. I don't think they're quite ready for stretchy bands on the first day, especially if you have a large number of students and you're the only one managing. It's hard to teach them how to hold on and not let go on the first day. They already are overloaded with a lot of other things from their classroom teacher. And so I probably would not do this game with kindergarten. But I think it works, and I've used it. It does work really well for your first grade and up classes. And so in first grade, you might want to have them sit down, and then you'll do a little more management. Say, okay, you 3 grab the blue. You 3 grab the yellow. You have to kind of estimate the class and then work it out. And then everybody say, once you got it, hold on. It's got sticky gum on your hands and you have to hold it on, and it sticks to it like a sticky note. Okay, and then as you go up in the grades, you won't have to do quite as much management. And you can talk about, with the older grades, you can talk about teamwork. And we're all going to work together and play this fun game and get to know each other. And we're going to practice being respectful as we play the game, because I want to get to know you and I want you to get to know me. And the best way to do that is to play a game. So let's play a game. And then you can have a playlist of music ready. If you can, like, use your phone and just have it next to you. And you're sitting down, and we're going to start the music, and we're going to bounce the stretchy band. And then when I stop the stretchy band, then I'm going to have them answer one of the 3 questions. As we get older grades, you could change the questions, have different ones for primary versus your upper grades. Like in primary, you might want to say, what's the favorite thing you're wearing today? You know, just something, your name, or something simpler, like what's your favorite ice cream? Just think of something simple for them in the younger grades. And then in the upper grades, you can have them maybe tell you where they visited this summer, or their favorite thing they did, or the thing they did most. And video games is probably going to be at the top of that list. Anyway, so it's an easy stretchy band activity you can do on the very first day of music class. So if you have a big parachute that you can use, you might want to bring that out on your first day of class, especially if you've already been teaching at the school. The kids know you already. You probably know a lot of the kids, so why not do something fresh on that very first day? So you're going to get out the parachute, remind them of your procedures, how you want them to hold it. All the parachutes are different. Figure that out. So when they come in, and then I thought it's just easy to pick an easy game to do with it. We don't want it to be too complicated on the first day, because of course you have other things you're talking about. So this is just kind of a movement break activity, but let's use a music concept too while we're doing the game. So we're gonna just do fast and slow. So you're gonna have some musical selections that you can have ready that have fast and slow points in the music, and maybe they're just YouTube videos or they're on Spotify, something like that. Something easy that you can get together quickly. And just gonna have everybody hold on to the parachute. And the purpose of the game is, you tell the kids the purpose, the reason we're doing this is we want to learn to work together in the music room. And working with the parachute is like making music. And so we're going to do this, and we want to include everybody. So now if you have a parachute that has different colors, you can do the same thing you did with the stretchy band, where you call out the color and they can answer a question. You can do that too. If you have one that's more a solid color, or it's just not working out to divide the students up, you may find that since they're in the upper grades, the students can do this part, the waving, and then you could walk around the circle and tap the person that answers a question. So you could do that. Or you can just play a fast and slow movement game without answering any questions. So you have 2 choices there. You could even combine it if you need some more time. So you could do the get to know you one. And if you have 5 more minutes and you need another activity, then just go ahead and do the fast and slow activity. Have that music ready, because you definitely will use it later. All right, and our last movement prop is the scarf. And the scarf is going to be very similar to the parachute and stretchy band. So if you have a regular scarf set, you have lots of different colors, right? And so you could figure it out. So you give like 3 or 4 of each color, and just make sure you don't have like all red or something. And then you can play the same game. You could play music. They wave their scarves. When the music stops, you could say, okay, everybody sit down except for red. And if you have a red one, let's take turns saying your favorite ice cream. Let's take turns saying your name. And if you have time, you could go through it a couple times, especially with like the 3rd, 4th, 5th graders. Go through it so they actually end up answering all the questions. You can do that too. So a lot of this is just how long it takes, but you want to have an activity that has levels to it in case you need to extend the time. So think about, okay, we could bounce on the beat in kindergarten. Just follow me on the beat. And when the music stops, you could do the color thing. But in kindergarten, they may not know their colors yet. And so then you want to think, well, in kindergarten, what could I do instead? So then what you might do is have them stand in a circle with color groups. That way, when you say, okay, let's have the reds say their names. And make sure you have everybody sit down when the music stops, and this color has a turn. And then you're gonna need to be moving around, and then you can go to those kids and you can talk to them individually and ask them, okay, what's your name, or what's your favorite ice cream? Like, so have at least a couple questions ready, because they may not, like I've had kids, second language learners, might not be able to say their name that great, or they're really nervous. So you want to accommodate for some of those things that are most likely going to happen in your classroom. And not to worry, just have your dominoes lined up. And then with the upper grades, you always want to plan to make it more complicated and to have more things for them to do. So it's kind of complicated plus more. One way to make the game more complicated with the upper grades, who might be going to SCARF on the first day, that's okay. If you make it more complicated, they'll buy into it. So you're gonna have the color groups, they're mixed. And then once you have said your name, instead of a scarf, you could give them a beanbag and they could toss it instead. Or you could have them, if they've already had a turn, have them do it sitting and wave their scarf. So the only ones standing are the ones that haven't had a turn. So you just want to mix it up and have some level that you can change up to help with your classroom management. All right, and that way you can use a scarf activity. You could do the scarf for everybody. So if you decide to do a scarf, you want to come up with a way to do it with everybody for your first day. So it's not too complicated for you. That will help you with your classroom management. And then you can focus on connecting with the students instead of trying to memorize 7 different games with everybody. So my main purpose in doing this video is to give you some movement activities that have some music concepts involved with them, and also to challenge you to use a movement prop with your students on the very first day of class, or maybe the second day of class, depending on how your school does their first day. And then you want to think, when you're doing one of these activities, if you're going to use a stretchy band, for example, you might want to do it with everybody on that first day. That way you're not managing a whole bunch of different things. And honestly, your room could not even be all set up. You could have maybe your decor up, but you don't have to bring all the instruments out and everything on the first day. You could bring the stretchy band in and do the stretchy band activity and have a lot of fun playing that game. And then the next week, you could start bringing out some of the other musical things that you might have in your room. That way the students aren't on overload on the very first day in the music room. We're just giving them one thing to do, kind of see you, see the room, and play a game with each other and make some connections. Those are just some tips for you for your first day back to school. It's so much fun to see the new students and their smiles, and it's so fresh, and we're all pumped up for the school year, and I know you're gonna have a great time. Thanks so much for watching this video. I appreciate you. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's keep kids moving and learning with music.